Yo, I hope everyone's well. Had a good trading week. It's Friday, the 28th of Feb, so the last day of the month. Gonna look at euro, cable, and dollar. So, gonna jump straight into euro. So, we had a big down day yesterday. So, price traded back into where? Look to the left. So, it's taking this sell side here. These three down closed candles here. That's a change in state and delivery. So, this is a bullish order block. So, I draw that across, it taps into it nicely there. This little inefficiency here is a bar side of balance, sell side of inefficiency. Here, taps into that. Look at the bodies there. So the bodies tell the story, that's nice. And we've had sell side taken there with a nice candle here, I'm pretty sure. Let's just double check, it might not be actually. No, it's not just yet. So you need like a closure. Well, for me personally, a closure above the 25%. So let's just have a look at this one. Nope, not just yet. But my first draw on liquidity would have been this high, then that high, then this civvy here. So that's what I'm looking for in price. So just waiting for that closure of the candle and then potentially look to get in. Going to cable or pound dollar, it's a similar thing. So we had a big down close day. There's an order block here. So these two down close candles, I've just done it to the one. Draw that across near the mean threshold, which is nice. We've had sell side here, been taken, and inside that sell side is that little inefficiency here. So the little inefficiency there with sell side, it's respected that nicely. That one there has a better closure than euro. So first draw on liquidity would be that buy side. And then there's not really any highs. There's these equal highs here, which would be another draw. So that probably looked nice on the 5-minute time frame. Yeah, look at them. Equal highs there. And then the next draw would be this civvy here. So that's what I'm looking for today. However, again, after a big down close day or big range day, just be careful with the AM session. Okay, that's just what ICT says. Going for dollar, we've had daily opening gap here from the 27th of Jan. Okay, so even though that's a month ago, the daily opening gaps are actually crazy how they respect it, even like a month or two ago. So it's always good to keep that in mind. I used to have a lot of for some reason my charts got deleted, but I had like weekly opening gaps from like a year ago and stuff. It's a shame that I lost it. So we've had daily opening gap rejected. We've had this candle here is a bearish order block. Taps into that. We've had buy side taken here. Okay. Where's the first draw on liquidity? This gap here. So the daily opening gap here. So you get the close at 6 p.m, which is there, and then the open, which is there. It's tapped into it, I'm pretty sure it's tapped into it, to the high of it. So the next draw will be the lower quadrant, the midpoint, and then the so the upper quadrant, midpoint, lower quadrant, the low. So that would act as a draw on liquidity. And if it keeps trending lower, then there's sell side here, daily opening gap, and then there's big inefficiency here as well. So that's what I'm looking for today. There, but again, just remember, big range day equals low probability AM session. Let's just make sure that if that closes, it hasn't closed like that yet. So just got to wait for stronger confirmation closure for a candle. That's just my personal preference. But yeah, so higher prices in euro and dollar, lower prices in euro and cable or pound. No, Lower prices in dollar, higher prices in euro and cable. Okay, so hope you have a good trading day, and I will update you guys whenever. Okay, so it's been a couple of hours since I've made the first clip of where I think draw liquidity is going to be. Still bullish. Take a look at pound. I'm pretty sure I said, I think it was either that candle here, that it actually closed above the 25%, so look for long on pound. If you go into the 5-minute time frame, okay, this candle right here runs into this BISI. Okay, I won't show you guys too much, you guys can just look at it yourself. But that's the bullish order block here. Okay, this blue box. Then go into the 1, wait for price to want to run back into it. What does it do? Taps into it there. Okay, I'll give you 1 minute to see if you can spot the breaker, or I'll give you like 3 seconds, or pause the video. But the breaker is here, and look at that. Clean entry here. What time? Time is the macro. Okay, the macro time here. Look at that. Taps one more time, another macro. Runs buy side, and then buy side here, and then keep continuing going higher for the CB. So that would have been a nice entry for cable. Euro, we've seen a nice closure now here. Finally, we didn't really get a closure, unfortunately, to my liking. So 25% there, and finally like a nice closure here at the 7 AM, which is 8 AM. Going to the 5. This is the bullish order block here. That's a propulsion block, but I'm just going to mark this bullish order block here. Potentially, like, hopefully price will come back down here, and if it presents itself a breaker, then I'll get in to go for this buy side here, and then midpoint of this wick, and then this CB here. So those are my draw liquidity. I will update you guys again, and yeah. Okay, so we've ran into this order block here. We've had a low, so low, lower low, higher high. So I'm going to see if price wants to come back into the breaker. That's my entry is. Breaker's not as smooth as I like here, so just literally put the low. So don't want to go full risk in. But yeah, still looks decent. And first target would be, you could say here, so 164, or you can do 182, which would be, if you look on the hour, that buy side there, which I still think price wants to draw to that. And then the next target, so we remove that, would be, I'd say potentially you could go for this wick here, half wick here, so that's something like that for the next target. So look, something like that, and then next target there, and then final target would be here. But I mean, last fruit from the tree could literally just be that buy side here or that buy side there. So let's see if we actually get tapped in or not. If we start taking, I'd say, this buy side, then I'd probably have to remove my stop, as we could see a reversal happen if it takes buy side already. So just going to be cautious and just watch price. Yeah, I'll update it again. Alright, looking at it now, you can see that inversion fair value gap here. So this is sell side of the curve, buy side of the curve. This should act as an inversion. It's closed above it. Look at the midpoint supporting it. Look at the bodies. So I don't really want to see price start trading lower than this now, which is a shame. Here, it taps into the fair value gap. It does on my MetaTrader 4, but my entry was at this breaker, which is a big shame, because should I have put my entry at the fair value gap high? Potentially I should have. I was just being a little bit greedy and trying to put my breaker there, my entry on the breaker. So it taps into it there, institutional auto entry drill, which shows that it's really bullish. So yeah, I don't really want to see price start trading below this now. I expect these buy sides here, here, and here to start getting broken too. So is it going to be a mistrade? Potentially, which is a shame. But yeah, we shall see. We shall see. Okay, update guys. So we was training around here when I was saying about my entry was down here, and we missed it. So once price took out this high here, okay, this became a breaker. So low, high, low, low, high, high. These are the things you have to just sort of just look at. Okay, so why I removed my entry here, that actually prevented me from having a loss. Look at this fair value gap here, right? Look at that. So once price tapped into that and then had this inversion fair value gap there, I didn't want price to trade below this, like I was saying. Yeah, look at that there as well. So didn't want price to trade below this, it did here. And what did it run for? Sell side, which would have been actually my stop. So that's where my stop would have been. So I would have been taken out. Price also tapped into that there. And then what did it do? It closed below it, and price couldn't close above it, back above it. So it acted as what? An inversion fair value gap resistance, meaning that price wants to go lower. So where did it go? Sell side, like I just explained. Price then ran sell side here. Still, look at the bodies of this 5-minute order block that I've measured out, that I drew out. What did it do now? Broke higher, inversion fair value gap here. So this is an advanced breaker. This ICT's advanced breaker. Just watch his videos if you want to know more about that. Okay, so inversion fair value gap there. What does it do? Closes above it, comes back into what? The midpoint of that. I missed the entry there, so I've got my entry there. And now I want to see this act as an inversion, so I want to see a closure, and then I definitely want to see this fair value gap here act as support, and then I'll be confident for price to want to run this high and that bar side there. So is it a mistrade? Yes, it is now. So the only thing I'll be looking at now is low, high, lower, low, higher, high, breaker. We've got into the advanced breaker, which is here, which we're predicting that this is going to become a breaker, if that makes sense. That's what the advanced breaker is. You're buying people's sell stops here. So the only thing I'm looking at as well is with dollar. I do really want to see dollar close below the midpoint of this daily opening gap, because this daily opening gap is showing way too much support at the moment, which is probably the reason why euro and pound is struggling to break bar side. So it's been very, very choppy. I mean, look at the 5-minute for the past 2 hours. It's going sideways. Do we want to really be trading in that? Do I really want to be risking my account with that? Sideways here? Not really. So those are the things you just want to be looking at. Do you want to really put your body or like your mind in that stressful situation? Like ICT says always, mental capital is the most precious elixir. I'm not sure whether he uses the word elixir, but but yeah, mental capital is the most precious thing in trading. So like definitely protect that. So look at this here. Look how that's been acting as resistance still. So for me to be confident for price to want to run this buy side, I definitely want to see this act as support here. So that's what I'll be looking at. I'll fast forward it for you guys so you can see in real time. But if price doesn't act this, if this doesn't act as support, we could potentially just start heading lower because the daily opening gap is showing support here. So yeah, and it's got 2 minutes to this closure. I mean, nothing says buy for me for dollar, and it's still setting up itself for buy, but it just could be a very choppy day. And like I said this morning, after a large range day, you could expect choppiness for the AM session. So yeah, we keep this rolling. I'll fast forward it for you guys, and yeah, let's see if we either get stopped out, which would be the lows here, or we break above, act as support, and run this high here. So what do you guys think is going to happen before I start fast forwarding it? If we're going to get stopped out, or we're going to actually run for this here? I have a feeling we are actually going to get stopped out. only because of the dollar is showing strength. It's actually showing strength. But yeah, we shall see. We shall see. Let me leave 7 seconds. Just want to see how this pans out here. If potentially we close below that, then I can see our stops getting here. But I do like the way it closed actually. So we may have some hope. We may have some hope. But yeah, I'm still bullish on euro and cable and bearish on dollar. But you know, it's Friday. Anything can happen. So, and Trump is actually talking as well. Not sure exactly when, but he's talking with Zelensky. So sometimes that actually like a big play happens, or you don't really want to leave positions overnight, like hold it over the weekend, sorry, because the market at the moment is gapping up, gapping down, so definitely be careful with that. But yeah, enough rambling on. I'm gonna fast forward it for you guys, and let me draw it out. If you guys don't understand what I want to see, is that. So that's what I want to see. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like, subscribe, shout out to the Inner Circle Trader. And yeah, the most important thing is just protecting your capital and your mental capital. Mental capital first, and then your capital as well. So yeah, I'm happy that I saved myself there, because low, high, low, low, high, high. I wanted to tap in for this breaker to run. Potentially once it took that buy side here, I would have had that out there, and then once I saw it's acting as resistance, I probably would have moved my stops to break even, because that just shows that it wants to go lower, and it did. So those are the things. That's why you always got to be watching your trade as well. Like I'm watching this trade here. If I was in that, this is a paper trade, but if I was in this long, I would actually be happy at the moment of seeing this, and I don't want to be seeing this, so I want to be seeing that. So let's see if it happens. But yeah, leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video, and enjoy your weekend. Okay, so hope you guys enjoyed that little quick clip there. We didn't actually get a tap of the retest. It just ran to the buy side here. That would be that would be me done pretty much for the day. So this SIBI here became an inversion. You can also draw it like here with this inefficiency here. I'll move my stops even more, doesn't matter. But again, look, closes above, look at the midpoint there, it just shows that it's bullish. So those are the things you just want to be looking for, trust me, honestly. Again, from all this big huge run down lower, I haven't caught the bottom, but where was we? Here, 2 AM about there. I called this run higher to this buy side. Next draw would be here, potentially that wick here. And yeah, taking a look at dollar's now trading lower than the daily opening gap. I'd love to see a closure below that, and then we can run for the sell side here. We may even run for the sell side in the next 50 minutes anyway. But yeah, I might just keep that position open. I'm not too bothered about it. Obviously it's paper trade anyway, but that should definitely be where you take partials. Pound already ran buy side anyway here, or there, sorry, and has now so Nothing else really. Buy side here. I was around that buy side there on 15. So the next draw would be this buy side here. Look at these equal highs there. So if dollar wants to trade lower to that sell side, then pound will be trading above here. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave a like, subscribe, have a great weekend, and I'll talk to you guys on Monday. Let's have a great new month. Be safe.